Once you've identified your external structures of the rumen, you'll want to open it up and identify the internal structures. So just to show you real quick, this is our externally, this is our dorsal rumen, and so we've made a longitudinal incision into our dorsal rumen. So we have our dorsal rumen up here. Coming back is our caudal dorsal blind sac. We can see this is our caudal pillar, which corresponds with our caudal groove. This is the right side of our rumen. And this is our right longitudinal pillar, which corresponds to the right longitudinal groove. Coming along, this is our cranial pillar, which corresponds to our cranial groove. And then on the left side, this is our left longitudinal pillar, which corresponds to our left longitudinal groove. You'll also notice the papilla within the rumen, as each of the compartments has a different structure, mucosal structuring. Underneath your caudal pillar, you have your caudal ventral blind sac. Below your longitudinal pillars is your ventral rumen. Your cranial pillar, when you go just above, go dorsal to that. What you'll want to see is that you have your esophagus coming in, and you have your opening going into your reticulum. Now as you look at this, you can almost see how there's a fold here and fold here, and this is part of your reticular groove, which comes from your esophagus, and when a calf or a kid is suckling, this will close down that groove so that the milk bypasses the rumen, bypasses the reticulum, and goes through the reticular groove, past the omasal groove, and into the abomasum, where it can be digested. So as ingesta mixes and is digested here, you have it flowing into your reticulum. So we're going to rotate the rumen away, giving you a little bit more of a cranial look. And if you open up your reticule, look at the gorgeous honeycomb appearance of the mucosa within the reticulum. And again, you can see the entrance from the rumen. This is a reticular groove right here, which will bypass in a suckling young, and that will go into our omasum opening. And we continue to rotate our rumen around. So we're almost on the right side. You can open up your omasum and notice the omasal mucosa and how it's in folds. And if you look a little bit farther into it, this is the opening coming from the reticulum. And there's actually just a little bit of a structural change to the mucosa, and that area is where the omasal groove is. And then that will flow down into the abomasum, which is a glandular stomach of ruminants. And so if you open that up, you can actually see the rugae folds that are actually visible on cats and dogs as well, and you can see those when you're doing ultrasounds. And then that will flow, if you follow it farther in, then out the pylorus.